And we are in line 4 of Psalm 115. So we are continuing where remember they ask at the end of the first stanza about where is their God. And then so now the psalmist is answering it and also identifying the idols. And so we started with 3. It says, but our God is in heaven. He does whatever he pleases. Their idols are silver and gold. So their idols are not in heaven. They're silver and gold. They're work of men's hands, made by men's hands. Look at 5. They have mouths, but they do not speak. So they have everything is made by the work of man's hands. And then now we are in line 5 where it says they have mouths, but they do not speak. And so that sends us back to Jeremiah 10, looking at 5b, that says they are upright like a palm tree, and they cannot speak. So I just corroborate that right there, and they cannot speak. So that same tree that was cut down in verse 3 of Jeremiah chapter 10, that he's saying that they upright like a palm tree, but that tree that they're using as an idol, it can't even talk. And then look at then 5b in Psalm 115 says, eyes they have, but they do not see. So eyes they have, but they do not see. 6, they have ears, but they do not hear. Noses they have, but they do not smell. So all the senses that we have as human beings, they saying that that they may have those things, but it's like they're not being able to use it. They have eyes, but they still can't see. They have mouths, but they still can't speak. They have ears, but they can't hear still. Noses they have, but they do not smell. And so, like what he's saying is that if you fashion an idol, like how they have fashioned that calf, all right, that golden calf and stuff like that, while Moses was receiving the 10 Commandments from God. And so they fashioned that calf to have ears and eyes and mouth and all that other stuff, but it didn't do them any good. It couldn't speak, it couldn't hear, it can smell. And look at 7. They have hands, but they do not handle. So they have hands, but they can't hold on to anything. Feet they have, but they do not walk. So they put feet on that calf, but it still can't go anywhere. It has now. That's supposed to be their idol. That's supposed to be their lowercase God, but they have to carry it everywhere. We don't have to carry God. God carries us. Glory to God. And so feet they have, but they do not walk, nor do they mutter through their throat. And so that sends us back to Jeremiah 10:5c, that says they must be carried. So not only if they are upright like a palm tree and they cannot speak, they must be carried as well, because they cannot go by themselves. All right. And then it says here, let me just finish out 5. Then it says, but do not be afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, nor can they do any good. So even though they have these idols, they can't do neither good nor evil. Or they can't do either good or evil. Neither good nor evil. All right. So then line 8, it says, those who make them are like them, so is everyone who trusts in them. So those who make them, so the men who fashion it or women who fashion these idols, are just like them. They're just like what they made. Almost like you are what you eat, you are what you make. So is everyone who trusts in them. And so the same thing, you trust in that idol to be able to get you through things, to do things like that, then you just like that. Let's move into our next stanza. O Israel, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. O house of Aaron, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. You who fear the Lord, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. So let's elaborate on 9. O Israel, trust in the Lord. And that sends us to, that A part of 9 sends us to Psalm 118, 2 and 3. That says, let Israel now say, his mercy endures forever. Let the house of Aaron now say, his mercy endures forever. And clearly it does. God's mercy is not just for a little while. It endures forever. Praise God. So, O Israel, trust in the Lord. Why? Because his mercy endures forever. 9b, he is their help and their shield. And so that sends us to Psalm 33:20. That says, oh, our soul waits for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. So there it is. It says, so our soul waits for the Lord. He is our help. And we can wait on the Lord because we know that God is coming. And he's going to be our help. He's going to be our shield. He's going to be our protector. And so let's end here. We'll pick it up in our next segment.